I love cricket. You might not love cricket, but I love cricket. It's one of our favourite national pastimes here in Australia. And bear with me if you don't love cricket. It's not going to be me talking about cricket the whole time. But one of the things about cricket is that in recent times there's been a bit of kerfuffle about cricket because the Australian men's national cricket team behaved in ways that the rest of the country wasn't super excited about. And they broke some of the rules, and that's part of it. But then there was also this talk about how they were acting contrary to the spirit of the game. And there was lots of chat about what does that even mean, the spirit of the game, and how do you quantify that, and how do you manage that? Because the reality is that when we're talking about the spirit of something, whether it's cricket or something else, we're really talking about that unquantifiable, undefinable, unable to be captured in rules and regulations sort of thing. We're talking about the essence of something, the true something that can really best be gained or only be gained through living it and being a part of it and then being able to capture it. As Christians, we talk about spiritual stuff too. And in many ways, we're talking about that same sort of thing, that thing that's at the heart, the essence. And we talk about God's Spirit being within us. And I guess that maybe that's the same sort of explanation when we're trying to think, what does that even mean? Because I think what it means is that we have the essence of God at the heart of ourselves. And I think that's incredibly important, because if it was left up to us, we would probably try and define and we do, in fact, try and live our lives in ways that put God into a box that fits our needs and our dreams and our hopes and our ambitions, all of that sort of stuff. And we pull God out when we need him and want him, and put him away when he gets in the way. But if we capture the Spirit of God, and I don't mean capture it as in we can actually capture it, but the Spirit of God inside of us helps us to be able to realise what's at the heart of our faith living. Having God's Spirit within us allows us to be able to recognise the truth rather than trying to define the truth within our own desires. Last week I talked to you about how we can define, in many ways, the Spirit of God by the fruit of that Spirit. And that's been helpfully described to us as love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And I don't think that there are many people, Christian or not Christian, who would say that those things aren't good things. That if we and other people lived with that as the fruit of our lives, that our world wouldn't be a better place, and that we wouldn't be better people. And so I think it's helpful for us to use those things as a test for whether we truly are living in the spirit of our faith. Is the fruit of what we're doing love? living in joy, striving for peace, living in gentleness, faithfulness, truthfulness, self-control, all of those things? Is that what people see when they look at our lives? The reality is they won't always, because none of us are perfect and we mess up sometimes. But if we are really striving for the spirit of what God is about and living through his spirit in us, then people will be seeing love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. And if we're doing something else, then we need to stop and have a look at our choices and start again. May you experience God's Spirit in your life, and may you live through the strength of that Spirit so that our world would be a better place and that you would be a better version of yourself.